Man,
I guess so.
It was the last Tuesday that I had my little crisis. I couldn't sleep for the next couple of nights. I had the intention to work, but my concentration was gone. I kept thinking about Matt and the image of him standing by the pond. All I could think was home. I was homesick. Someone knocked at the door, and usually I would be half irritated, but at this time any distraction was worth it.
May I come in?
Come in, Fiona. Have a seat. What's the problem, Fiona? If it's a personal thing, if it's not connected to your work, then I may not be the person.
It is connected to my work. Well, I just wanted to tell you that I'm leaving. I've decided it is the best thing to do. But I just wanted to tell you because I really enjoy your courses and everything, so I wanted you to know.
Leaving? You mean leaving the university? Or changing into another course?
Leaving university. Well, difficult to explain, but basically, I don't think I want to go on.
But you are doing so well. What do you see as being the problem?
I come from a small farm from Quebec. I'm one of 5 children and the only one interested in learning. I have won a scholarship to university, but my father was annoyed that I had taken it. He didn't see what a good degree would do to me and said it was a waste of time and money. My siblings think I'm weird and my boyfriend doesn't understand, and even though he didn't say it, I'm sure that he secretly thinks that I should give up and marry him.
How old are you?
21?
Do you think that you're a little too young to be making decisions like this?
But I have to make it. I mean, either way it's a decision, isn't it?
But you've completed 2 years of your degree. You're halfway there. If you give up now, those years are wasted. Surely at this age, the right thing would to finish your course and you'd be a better position to make the other decision.
I just don't think it's worth it.
You said you were enjoying the course.
Yes, but
You also said your mother is proud of you. I'm sure your father is too. He may not understand what you're doing, but I'm sure that deep down he will be proud that you've done so well. And your brother and sister too, even though they don't show it. And as for your boyfriend, don't you think that if he really cared for you, he wouldn't want you to give up something so important? Something that can make such a difference into your life? I understand what you're feeling. I come from a background that is not all that dissimilar to yours, but I assure you it has been worth it. I'm sorry, just forget what I said.
that's okay. You're probably right. I have been thinking about it too much and now I just get a headache.
Would you do something for me? Would you go and talk to someone at the counseling service? I'll think they'll help you think it through.
Thank you.
is Luke still the janitor of the school?
Only on the side. He makes furniture.
Is he married?
No.
That girl, the one you said keep hanging around him.
Sally McLean? But she managed to get herself pregnant by someone else about a year after Luke turned her down.
Someone else in Krolik?
Yes, Thomas Lucas. I don't think he was convinced he was the father, but she swore he was, so they got married. But then she saw someone better looking at the cattle market and learned the baby was coming. Sally probably has 10 more babies by now. She probably has 10 grandchild by now.
Just when I started high school, a new classmate said to me that I had a brother who was a queer. I didn't know what queer meant until I saw the little scene of Sally McLean and my brother.
So, there's still no woman in his life, right? How old is he?
38. As far as I know, there isn't anyone.
Maybe it's in habit.
What has?
Self-denial? Resisting temptation?
Maybe.
What about Matt? Does he have anyone in his life?
I still remember that summer where Matt always left home after lunch on Sundays and only came back late at night. One day I visited the pond alone, and what I saw would be
Oh
forever
God,
in
Mary,
my
I'm
mind.
sorry. I didn't mean it to happen, but it'll be okay. Kate, stop. There's nothing to be afraid of. Kate, stop.
I want to go home.
We'll go home, but after we have to go see Mary first.
I'm not going back to her. She's disgusting.
She's just upset. You startled her. Come on now.
She'll tell.
No, she won't.
Tell what?
No, she'll tell. You know she'll tell.
You have to promise me that you won't tell anyone that you saw us here.
I promise I won't tell on you.
Or on Mary. Please, you have to promise me that you won't tell anyone. For all the time that I've brought you to this palace, word of honor. Please.
I promise.
Toronto to Crowley, the last stretch of the journey. Everything seemed to have stayed the way it was before, even the trees and the rocks. It was like going back in time, and I wasn't able to know if it felt good to me.
How far?
5 minutes.
Oh, great. Didn't know we're so close.
Good trip?
Fine.
Mary then?
Wouldn't have missed it.
He wasn't impressed with the bugs though. Hi, Mary.
Hi, you made a good time. You have bugs?
Yeah, you sure do.
Let me introduce you, Danielle. Meet Mary.
Hi, Mary.
You must be hungry. We made supper for you.
Oh, thank you.
Hi Auntie, can I get a kiss? Hi, it's nice to meet you guys.
Oh, so you're the one. It's another.
Yes. Yep, well actually, it's just an excuse to get Aunt Kate to come home because we hardly ever see her. But you won't be sorry you came. Huge amounts of food, Mom and Bo and everybody's been cooking like maniacs.
Speaking of which, let's eat. You have to come back in a month. That way we can introduce you to the mosquitoes.
What's the matter with you guys? Why is it just me?
They thought of us.
What time is everyone arriving?
About noon.
Sounds good. We'll have the morning to prepare. Is there much to do?
Not much, a few desserts, that's all.
I bet you've been cooking for weeks.
Oh well, you know. I have the freezer and it's good to have something prepared ahead.
Say hello to the strangers. Glad you come.
Hi, nice to meet you. I'm Daniel.
This is Bo.
Hello.
I've got a very twirling.
Oh, how lovely. Is it for tomorrow?
This one is for today, but there's another for tomorrow. Simon will eat bowl by his little self.
Sit down, bro. Have some cheesecake and some both. Go ahead, Marie.
Daniel, would you like some cake or some tortilla?
I thought I'm gonna take a little bit of both, please. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Mary's cheeks were flushed, but now that the pressures of company for dinner were nearly over, she looked less tense than she had earlier. In fact, it seemed to me that she looked almost content. I thought, do you forget it all then? Living here, in this house which saw such terrible things, do you somehow manage simply not to think about it? Is that how you go on? That night, that memorable September night, it was Luke, stunned and disbelieving thought he was, who took charge. Matt wasn't in a state to do anything. I remember him standing with Mary. They were outside still, and she was sobbing with terror. He was holding her helplessness in every line of his body. I remember Luke going out to them and bringing them both in. He tried to calm Mary down, but she was beside herself with fear. I don't think she even knew Luke and I were there.
Matt, I'm 2 months dead. Oh God, he'll kill me. He'll kill me.
Calm down, Mary, calm down. I have to ask you something. You said he killed Laurie. What did you mean? Mary, listen to me. Who killed Laurie?
Oh, leave her, Luke.
Now we have got to know Mary. Who killed Laurie? Was it your dad?
I said leave her. Can't you see the state she's in?
I see the state she's in all right. Are you saying we should calm her down and send her home to her father? Maybe you have got to tell us, did your father kill Laurie?
Yes.
Are you sure? Did you see it happen?
Yes.
But Laurie ran away, Mary. Bad time go.
He came back. It was cold. He came back for his coat. And my dad cut him. He took him into the barn. We tried to stop him, but we couldn't. And he hit him. Oh, and Laurie, he hit him back. So then he hit him. And Laurie fell. Oh, and he hit his head. There was blood. There was blood.
Okay, Mary. Okay.
And there was blood. And
take her to the other room.
What are you going to do?
I'm going to call Dr. Christopherson, and then I'm going to call the police.
He didn't mean to kill him. He was hitting him. And we were trying to stop him. And was hitting him. And now he fell. He hit his head on the blade of the plow. Oh God, don't call the police. Please, he'll kill me.
Take her to the other room.
No, please. Oh, please, don't. He'll kill us all. He'll kill my mother. He'll kill us.
Keep her here.
Calvin Pike killed himself 3 hours later. Calvin kept a loaded shotgun above the fireplace in the living room, and he shot himself right there in front of Mrs. Pike before she had time to get out of her chair. Rosie fortunately was asleep upstairs. Calvin died without saying where Larry's body was, and neither Mary nor her mother knew. It took the police 2 weeks to find it, and they discovered it then only because of a combination of a dry summer and a peculiar chance. Dr. Christopherson took Mrs. Pye to the mental hospital in St. Thomas 2 days after Larry's body was found. She died within a year of no disease anyone could put a name to. Rosie was sent to her mother's relatives in New Hampshire. I know Mary tried to keep in touch with her, but Rosie never really mastered the art of writing, so it was difficult. Madame Mary married in October, and Matt took over the farm. The week before the wedding, when the police had finished all their investigations and no longer needed access to the barn where Larry had died, Matt burned it down. That act was his wedding present to Mary. Luke helped him build a new one. That was his wedding present to the 2 of them. Simon was born the following April. It was a difficult birth, and as a consequence, Mary has been unable to have more children. After the cleaning up was done, when Luke and Beau had gone and Simon had said goodnight and gone upstairs, I overheard Mary, who was still in the kitchen with Matt.
Well, you ask her. I can't ask her.
And a moment later, Matt came into the living room looking uncomfortable, but I anticipated and worked out what to say. I could have suggested separate rooms just to save embarrassment. Daniel would have gone along with it, thought he wouldn't have understood why. But although I had not wanted him to come, granted that he was there, I found out that I wanted him beside me. I wanted him to be a buffer between me and the rest of them. He was my present. If he was there, then perhaps the past would not spread defiantly. What right had Matt, of all people, to pass judgment? Silly, I know. It would never occur to him to judge me.
How is your research going?
It's going well.
What are you researching? I don't think you've ever said.
Well, roughly speaking, I'm looking into the effects of suffocating on the inhabitants of the surface film.
Like detergents?
Yes, and avoiding agents from pesticides and herbicides, that sort of thing.
Interesting stuff.
Yes it is.
How does Matt strike you? Does he seem well to you?
He seemed very well.
Do you think he looks happy?
He looks happy to me, Mary. Why? What's wrong?
Nothing. I just wondered if you could see it, that's all. Could see that he is well and happy and has a son who he loves and has a good time with. I just wanted to see it for once after all this time.
In the silence, we could hear furniture being heaved about. Something had become stuck in the doorway. Matt was cursing, Simon was hooting with laughter.
If you only knew how much you're being embarrassed to him, Kate. If you could see him when he knows you're coming home. At first he's so happy, but then, as it gets closer, he doesn't sleep. Luke forgave him years ago, and Beau ever knew there was anything to forgive. But the disappointment, your thinking his whole life is a failure, feeling so sorry for him, for the way he let himself down. That's been the hardest thing. Everything else that's happened to him has been easy compared to that.
I was so astonished that I found it hard to take in what she was saying. She was so upset, so emotional, and it seemed to me that her accusations made no sense. What was my disappointment compared to the loss of Matt's dreams? I looked around for Daniel. He was by the corner of the house, looking with interest at a clutter of machinery in the barnyard. I went over to him. I felt dazed, and as if I were coming down by sunstroke.
You ever feel like you might want to live on a real farm? I mean, do some real work every day until the end of the day?
No,
What's wrong?
nothing.
Really, what's wrong?
Just something Mary said
About what? What did she say?
about me and Matt.
What did she say?
Or just she thinks that what happened to Matt is a tragedy, which is true. I don't feel that Matt's life is a tragedy, is a complete failure, but it is a tragedy. Matt is married to someone who has no idea, like really no idea what he's all about.
Well, I agree with you about one thing, Kate. I do think there's tragedy here, but I don't think it's what you think it is.